been playing around with waterfalls, and guys, there's some crazy stuff you can do with them. And today I'm gonna show you a bunch of things I came up with. Okay, before we get into any of this, I wanna see how waterfalls look underwater. So let's come on over here. Let's grab a waterfall and we'll place it in the water. Okay, it's in the water. It works. I mean, that is pretty awesome. I'm just gonna surround myself real quick and see what that looks like. Honestly, I really like this. I kind of want to try something real quick and put a skydive volume and mix it together with some water in the middle of some waterfalls. Now we got this like warp tunnel in here. This is pretty awesome. I actually love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so some water portals. Awesome. Let's take a step back and just make these waterfalls look a little better. Because while they're really cool, if you just stick them over terrain, I mean, it just looks a little fake. It goes straight through the rock. It has no bounce on it. I mean, it's not great. So one thing I would do if I wanted a waterfall here is I would make sure not to have this like water going around the rock. You want more of like a flat edge or close enough to flat. Like that's probably good. Same thing with on this side. Okay, that's already looking a little bit better. And then at the bottom, you can have water like this, or you just take the waterfall, make it nice and flat. And then you can even just use this as your base for the water. You want it to be a little bit more turbulent. And now we can take our particle effects here and you can literally just put it at the bottom. Now, I don't necessarily love the particle effects, how they are just by themselves. Like it doesn't seem violent enough. Something I've learned you can do is just shrink it down as small as it can go. And you'll notice that it has a bunch of more puddles going. It makes it feel a little bit more violent. Then just place a few of these down at the bottom. And to me, that feels a lot better. Now I'm gonna grab this splash thing. We're gonna make some splashes along the way coming down the edges. And I actually think I want to have a rock down the middle as well. Just kind of sticking out. One little trick with working with these splashes, you can also shrink them down as small as they go. And they actually don't change size, but they place closer to the ball. And that's something that is kind of nice because when you're placing these down, the effect is usually up a few feet and that's just really annoying. And let's just put in some of the mist that's going downwards. All right, guys, I feel like that's looking a lot better. I'm gonna just add in some terrain around. And if I wanted to make my river more attractive too, I would just add some of those same effects, you know, some splashes, maybe some mist going sideways, coming out of the waterfall. Yeah, look at that. Now we've got something really cool here. Okay, so since we already have a river forming here, I'm gonna show you how to make a river have the water turn. Like making a river with this would be easy if it was just straight, but rivers aren't straight. They kind of meander, they go around. And the problem with the waterfalls is they just go straight through once again. If you want your waterfall to turn and still look decent, the key here is to overlap it with the white water, but have it go below the white water. You'll see down here how much of a gap there is. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I do it up here where it overlaps, you get this kind of line going and it just doesn't look good. You want it to go down below the white water, that it overlaps. And when you're looking at it from above, it looks a little better. And you can have your terrain turn with it. Do the same thing again up here. Even have it turn back. I mean, you can kind of start doing whatever you want. You can't get too aggressive because it'll just look fake. You'll see when you're standing down here, it actually looks like it's curving around and that the water's like flowing properly. One thing I'd probably do is where it kind of connects together, I would add some rocks and then we'll throw in some effects in just a second. But these rocks mixed with these effects here are gonna make this river feel so much better. Probably gonna throw in a few more of these misty effects as well to make it feel more like a frothing river. Oh yeah, man, that water is looking so cool down there. It just feels a lot better that it's bending as opposed to going straight through the rock. I mean, it's crazy that we couldn't even do this yesterday. Now, one thing I love about these waterfalls is that it's just really simple to add really cool terrain and movement to your map. With this new modular terrain mixed with these waterfalls, now you can quickly make like a tiered landscape in literally just minutes. It has beautiful, dynamic, flowing water, and look at this. I mean, I literally put this together in moments. Just missing this piece, that piece, and a few of these pieces, and this took me like 3 minutes to make. The river took a little bit longer, but not much. And now we have a landscape with water and all sorts of stuff in moments. I love this. Okay, I want to start messing with this a little bit. I want to see if I can get some like different color waterfall. The best thing to get a different color is the customizable light. I'm just gonna place this down next to my waterfall here, and I'm gonna change it from point light to spotlight. And then I'm gonna make sure the arrows are pointing at the waterfall. I'm gonna increase the light intensity and light size. Okay, all right, there we go. That's nice and big. Now let's choose a color. Let's do red. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, now we just gotta spread this out so it's just touching the water and not the like landscape around it. At least as close to it as possible. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't like some of the edges, but that looks pretty dang cool. I think this might look better if I just did it on its own. Like, let's just do this on a normal waterfall here. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I think my terrain around here is making it look a little fake. So we're just gonna delete these. I want to play with colors on this one, and I just want to see what different colors look like. Okay, this is yellow. Oh my gosh, that is actually fantastic. Let's try pink. Oh yeah, that's more purpley. Okay, this is cool. Let's do green. Okay, it's a little different shade than the yellow. This looks more like slurp. Like, what if I put some slurp here at the bottom? I can even have this grating here at the top. And look, that's like a perfect transition down into a bigger waterfall down into the slurp. Oh man, that's awesome. I wonder what like a blue looks like. Oh yeah. Here, check this out. I'm gonna put one side by side. So you can see there's the original waterfall and there's the blue one. It just has that nicer, lighter blue that makes it look just a little different. So that way it might fit some of these other watercolors a little better. Like that color might work better with this more clear water. I mean, that looks really mystical and cool. In fact, the light blue might work better with my terrain over here than the red did. Now this waterfall is more of like a mystical waterfall that can heal you or something like that. I don't know. And this purple waterfall is gonna be better for something like the pink water. That is fantastic. I mean, look at that. Isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh. I'm curious though how this looks with different filters. Try retro. Oh, you know, that's actually not bad. I mean, it definitely isn't great, but it's okay. Maybe film noir. Oh, okay. Everything's just black and white. Oh, that red one is so dark. That's pretty cool. Ooh, horror movie. Let's try that. Yo! Oh my gosh, the red one in horror movie? That looks so spooky and cool. These other colors look really great too. I'm curious just what the normal waterfall looks like. Oh yeah, the normal waterfall looks awesome in horror. But that red is great. The reflections and everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's mess around with the waterfalls a little more. I kind of want to see what they look like at different angles. Like, what if we had an angle like that? I mean, that's actually pretty cool. I bet if we shrunk this all the way, then we could place these next to each other. And I don't really know what we're doing here, but let's see what it looks like in a glass tube. Okay, this is cool. We've got like, I don't know, like a little hydro engine or something. Maybe if I make the glass black, it'll look even cooler. I mean, that is awesome. Put a few of these side by side. And I don't know, we got some really cool wall or something. Like, let's just stand this up. Yeah, guys, that looks so cool. You just need to kind of like hide this behind a wall. You didn't see the other water. All right, that's a really rough wall, but you get my point. There's some cool stuff you can do with this water. That was a cool angle. And yesterday we did upside down, which looks really cool. But what about this interior angle here? So check this out. You got this like weird looking thing here with the waterfall rushing down. But I'm gonna rotate this and put it down. Whoa, whoa, look at that. That's just these two things overlapping, and that looks really cool. Like, imagine this was like a bridge room or something, and you had these cool effects on the side. That water looks very different than anything else we have in the game. Okay, wait a second. About this top, like where the water's coming in, I'm gonna stand that up, and then, yeah, check that out. That looks like water fire or something. Let's add it to our little room down here. Oh my gosh. Okay, like that's cool over there, but check that out. Now this room feels totally insane. Something we could never do in creative before. Okay, I have one more idea. What if we took this water, put it on its side, so it looks like that, and I'm gonna put two side by side like this, where they're kind of like flowing into each other. Then I'm gonna grab, okay, this piece right here, put it in front of my waterfalls, like that. Look at that. Now we've got like a gateway into another world. Wait, what if we put some lights on it? All right, that doesn't look amazing. I mean, it's cool. But I just brought the water over here, and check that out. Now there's a portal, and you can make that whatever color you wanted. Here's a dark, dark green, and that looks really awesome. There is so much you can do with these waterfalls, and I love it.